everybody. This is Joshua Lengfelder. How you guys doing? Thank you for joining in with Watch with Josh, especially our newcomers. For people who have seen the show before, you kind of know what the format's about. We scour the internet for the most interesting Randonautica content and then kind of view it, take it in, see if it was fake or if it was real, see what people think. Anyone can kind of jump in and comment. We love talking with our people. I mean, you guys are our people. We love exploring random locations and injecting novelty into our life. And so we like to connect with people who like to do that as well. So this is a very interactive show. So, you know, you can ask questions about me personally, even. That's totally open. What we have going on recently is we had the book release last month on the 20th, and then it was in 1,300 Barnes and Noble stores, which was crazy, and it sold out around me a lot. So people wanted that official guide to Randonautica. So if you still are interested in reading the official guide to Randonautica, which comes with a journal in the back, which is actually extremely useful. I would recommend, if you were seriously getting into randonauting, to buy this book just for the journal, because it'll kind of make you take notes, which is a really important part of the process of randonauting, because patterns can form that you want to be able to refer back to. So the book is worth it just for the back little journal part. It's really cool. You should take a look at it. But yeah, it was really crazy. I never expected to be an author. Shout out to Auburn Salcedo. It's kind of the brains of the operation and my partner. She helped me write the book, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah, just keep your eye out for my next book, because I'm already working on it. So I'd like to, at this point, bring in Derek. How you doing, Derek?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
It's summertime, so it's extremely hot.
Heck yeah. Congrats again on the book,
Hi,
man.
everybody
It's awesome.
who's commenting.
Wendy, hello.
Yay, we have
Auburnaut, thank you.
This is good. Hi from the UK.
Nice.
Hi from Texas.
Across the pond from Canada. Man, we got some people from all over the place now.
Yeah, that's good. We're a global movement. Well, what's funny is we actually officially became an international global movement on July 4th.
Really?
Yeah, like Mexico and Russia both went viral, and so we just had people speaking Spanish and Russian and English in all our chats. It was insane. But
that's exciting, man.
It was on that day, which is kind of interesting symbolically.
Did you ever see it going that way when you first started doing this stuff?
Absolutely.
Like all the different languages and all that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cool to see everything's growing. You got fans from all over the world and stuff. And
we're growing in a lot of ways. Not just with the fans, but as a company, we're growing, and we're figuring out, what works best as a startup. And, that's a whole nother side to it that really doesn't ever get talked about. But we are a business, and we have to function as one, which, means making money and paying employees and hiring the right people and getting them to get along. So it's all a very complex,
Yeah,
process.
For sure. Looks like Ren's Bubble here says, can't wait for the book. They pre-ordered in early June, but not released here in the UK until the 19th. Waiting very
that's
impatiently.
Good to know. That's good to know. So it won't be until the 19th. Yeah. Well, thank you for purchasing the book. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for the shout out there, Jackie from Scotland. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, that's super exciting. You have this book. It's people can get it from all over the world and stuff like that. That's exciting,
what's interesting is it's a top 5 publisher. So I actually we actually made it into the mainstream press.
Wow.
We kind of snuck in there. So it's pretty interesting. It just I went and bought a book off a shelf that I wrote that was kind of like mind bending.
It's like a surreal moment. That's so cool, man.
It was pretty cool, and all my family's so excited. Like my mom, she goes and works out at the Jewish Community Center, and they during like swimming class, they introduced her as the mother of an author. So
that's really cool. I'm sure she feels really good about that.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
The Jewish people really appreciate authorship and respect people who publish books. So what do we got going on today?
I mean, speaking of Randonautica is getting a lot of love and stuff, and that's awesome. And speaking of love, we have a new submission for a Randonautica theme song. We teased this a couple of weeks ago, jokingly, like, if you guys have a a Randonautica theme, and then we've had a couple submissions.
Yeah,
we listened to one last time.
Coming. We're not done with them. Like, if you get inspired by Randonautica, come up with a little ditty and send it to us, and we'll feature you
for sure.
I love music and music recommendations. I'm a musician myself, so. Yeah, let's hear. This is from Vicky.
This is from Vicky Duncalf. She submitted a couple weeks ago. We actually talked about it. We had 2 submissions last time, so we played the other one and we teased hers. So we're gonna play that one now.
One from Random last week was crazy. If you guys didn't hear that, please go back and tune in, because the dude's name was actually Random, and he wrote this like kind of Santana-esque.
Very Santana-esque,
yeah, which is super weird because I collect Santana albums, like that's usually what you would probably hear if you were walking by my house. It's just very interesting synchronicity. So let's hear Vicky's.
Random sounds, random faces, random events, weirdo places. Set your intention, fairy or scary. Will you find treasure or a disused dairy? Will you find smiles as you hoover up the miles? A big fat grin where you drop your pin. Break out of your...
The drop's so good.
Break out of your...
So good.
So let's dive deep and watch with Josh cast a cynical eye and attempt to quash the chances, frauds and clickbait fakers, and let's pay credit to the video makers. Oh my god, I am so addicted to Randonautica. It's like holding hands with the universe.
I like that. It's so true.
Yeah.
Randonautica can be kind of like addicting. There's like a dopamine kind of like rush you kind of get from like the novelty of the experience, I think is what it is.
For sure. Well, shout out to Vicky, man. Thank you so much, Vicky, for that slapper right there. That thing. I can pump that in the car.
It was good. I was stuck in my head for a long time. I cannot tell you how excited I was when I first saw that people were like creating content about Randonautica, and like that she went out of her time to make that theme song. Like, I cannot tell you how happy that made me. That was like the best thing ever. Yeah. And it really is a good song. Like, she's a talented person. So shout out Vicky, like not just for that, but for all of your finds you've been posting. That Mount Olympus one where you or the Olympics intent. She posted for the Olympics intent, and she found like the burning flame, like they kind of do. It's really interesting. Yeah, she's a very enthusiastic and an active randonaut. So thank you, Vicky.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vicky. And if you guys watching, if you want to submit a your own Randonautica theme song or a trip of yourself, or your own trip or anything like that, you can go to randonautica.com/submit your trip. Send us your trips, send us your stories. It could be videos, it could be slideshows, it could be music themed, because we'd love to hear them and play them and stuff, and get a variety of different Randonautica themes going and stuff. We love listening to it. Albernaut says that song is officially stuck in my head. And me too, man. It's a catchy tune. You can't deny it.
Yeah, we like to foster creativity, and if you can use Randonautica to inspire you and hopefully, produce something good and positive for the world to enjoy.
Absolutely. Well, cool, man. Well, speaking of positivity and all that, I think we should go ahead and get right into our videos.
I think so too. I'm anticipating what's going to happen, because I am not really sure what we're going to see.
I've just done that Randonautica app and I'm fucking freaking out. So it took me to a location 12 minutes away from where I was. So I walked all the way here. And basically the app asks you like for an intent. So I did my childhood and like things that reminded me of happiness, maybe family. And I feel sick with the results. I don't want to seem
That was
weird.
a pretty deep one.
The house, but this is the house it's taking me to. Notice a few things. 13. Right, whilst I walk home, I'm going to educate you on how the fuck that freaked me out. So when I was younger, one of my happiest childhood memories was the home we used to live in, which was number 13. 13 was really significant because we always used to grow up saying like it's such an unlucky number, like how funny we live in number 13. Another thing was like I have that exact same cross by my bed and in my car, and it's something that my grandma gave to me basically to just keep me safe. And I turn up at the location and there's two things. I'm sorry, that's insane. I'm freaking out.
Yeah. So it worked for her. Intention fulfilled.
Something super personal to her childhood and stuff like that. So she sees the number 13.
I mean, and that is super deep intent. I mean, can you think like your childhood is what defines you? So she was digging deep. Yeah. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody.
Yeah.
Go get number 13 tattoos if you want.
Oh yeah, the tattoo shops do them for like pretty cheap on this day, don't they?
Yeah, they'll probably do them for like $25 or something.
Yeah,
I don't know with COVID.
Probably not with COVID. But
yeah, this video is amazing. Like, not just was she reminded by the number 13, and houses are very defined by their number. Like each house is sort of like labeled by a number, and that number kind of describes like the atmosphere or the ambiance of the house. So 13 would be like a 4 house, like if you did the numerology thing. I googled it, but it's interesting that it's the 13th, and she found 13, and we just ended up playing the video on the 13th.
Yeah. Auburn says, fun fact, our producer David's favorite number is 13. He says it's not unlucky.
Yeah.
There's a lot of superstition to it. I say if you're going to go out Randonautica today, it's Friday the 13th. It has a lot of unlucky superstition to it, but I say go out and randonaut today, but keep it positive. Make it a positive, have it a positive intention related to the 13, and see what kind of, cool stuff you can come up with. I don't know. I'd like to see some more positive stuff done that way. The Random Fam says we done an intent today with it being Friday the 13th, and we asked for scary, and it took us to an old abandoned farmhouse.
Interesting. So yeah, that's something that a lot of people could consider scary in a lot of contexts. I mean, there's like a lot of scary movies about old farmhouses, and it's pretty cool. Yeah,
very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's move on to something a little more positive. We're talking this 13 talk and whatever. So this next one here, we got one that's a little more positive.
And I really like that one now. Like that one was good.
Yeah, the one we just watched was awesome. Yeah,
like especially the fact that the cross or whatever was there. That was crazy. I can't. I just love it when it works and people are speechless. Like that's the effect it should have.
All right, here's number
2. Ooh, mismatched socks.
Nice.
Mismatched socks.
These guys look like they're fun.
You did it. Where are we going?
You definitely got to slide down.
Randonauting.
Always.
What's a randonaut? It's an app where you can find dead bodies. I think we need to not try to manifest something and just see what happens.
See what happens? Like a pink flamingo. We completely missed that.
It's a sign.
It's pretty hard to find a dead body.
It's a sign from God. You want to do a void?
Yeah.
So they're talking about
street
dead
a bit
bodies.
on
They're talking about
Maple
God.
Avenue. Let's go.
Here we go.
Yeah, check that out.
Check it
Today
out.
is a good day to have a good day.
That's so nice.
It's nice and
And look, welcome. It's like they were waiting for us. This is exactly the point too.
It's called talking.
Manifesting good vibes only.
Yeah, positive vibes.
Positive vibes.
Yo.
I love it. Yeah. Oh wait, look at the sun.
That
So
hurt?
talking walls is
That's
like
beautiful.
the universe
That is
reaching out and
beautiful.
talking.
Best
to
find
you.
so far.
Best find so
That's
far.
what we
That's a good
call it.
find.
I feel like that's what they wanted us to find.
Yeah. That's what Jesus
We are
wanted.
manifesting positive vibes here.
Yeah.
That's a positive vibe count. One so far.
Jesus is
Directions.
actually manifesting
Let's go.
this for them.
Where are we? Oh, I know where we are. Okay,
What he
great.
said.
Great.
Let's go check it out.
All right, 1 minute away. How we feeling? How we feeling?
Nervous.
Nervous.
Yeah.
Why?
Could find a dead body.
I think it's established that we won't.
Yeah.
Glad he had someone rational.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find dead bodies just walking down the street. So
This looks like a one-way ticket to hell.
It is right here. It seems to be these houses.
See, Mazda 3!
Yo, that's what we're driving.
That's what we're driving.
I think we're manifesting
Mazda 3.
my Mazda 3 vibes. Some guy was watching us film, and so we gotta go. What a coincidence.
What a
That the
coincidence.
car that I drive would be in their driveway.
Wow, that's crazy. It's not like
Whoa.
Mazda 3 is a popular model or anything.
yeah, see, so he had somebody like watching him film, and he got freaked out and had to leave. Like, I think a lot of times people complain about like people being weird to them. It's because there are YouTubers in their neighborhood, you know, being annoying. So
Yeah.
like, a lot of times people are like, we got chased or we got yelled at or whatever. It's like
It's more just kind of like,
because
what are you guys doing? Yeah.
you disturb the neighborhood.
Mhm.
Yeah. So please leave wherever you go in your adventures better than when you found it. That's
Yeah.
the secret. Always bring a trash bag. It's good cover. You're just like I'm just cleaning up the neighborhood. And
Yeah.
it usually works really well. And
It's just they kept it very lighthearted on their little trip there. They went out, even if they didn't have an intention at first. They kept it very lighthearted. They had some jokes about like the bodies and stuff like that, but they were kind of like, no, like that's not. Yeah.
They knew, and they actually invoked, you know, the name of Jesus, which is you know, there's a lot of positive intention around the name of Jesus, like because so many people worship Jesus. So
Says today is a good day to have a good day indeed. It's a Randonautica day. There you go.
Any day that it's a Randonautica day is a good day.
Cool. Looks like we might have a question.
Okay.
Guys, if you guys have any questions, be sure to comment on whatever service you're watching, YouTube or wherever else. So TB or not to be asks, so Josh, what would you like to see come from results of this app 10 years from now? If it's on point like this now, what would you think will come from 10 years being used all around the world?
Well, we will have created a social network based on novelty, sincerity, intention, entanglement, powered by quantum processes. It's totally unique, and so that hopefully it will become ubiquitous, like Facebook or Snapchat or something. It'll just be like where you go to find anomalous and interesting content that happens in the real world.
Yeah.
But as far as the results 10 years from now, we're just now starting to do academic studies in partnership with some of the foremost academics, like PhDs and stuff, in the field of premonitions and precognitive science. So what I want to see is that we have created sort of a ecosystem of people who are willing to help work on these kind of experiments and be able to get grants for these kind of experiments. And because this like leads to what we call retrocausal healing, it leads to data that can help doctors actually cure patients using time travel. So that's what we're gathering data on in our new experiment. And so that would be really cool if that came to fruition. So 10 years from now, we're looking I'm saying like some kind of time travel thing.
Cool. Well, if you make a mental note now that if you figure out time travel in the next 10 years, come back, send us a message before our next stream next week. And then this way we'll have some proof of it. So make that note, Josh. 10 years from now, send a message 10 years back, and then we'll talk about it on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. TB says, wow, I can't wait to be a part of that. This is awesome. Thank you.
Yes, I do. I do randonaut for myself. I went randonauting. I've been randonauting a lot actually. But I feel weird posting like my finds because sometimes they're so personal and so fleeting. But I went back to Dallas where I grew up, and I went to like my neighborhood where I grew up. And it was just kind of sad because like we're going through such an economic depression that like what was once like pretty safe neighborhood is just filled with vagrants and people down on their luck. So that was pretty gruesome watching that. And then I ended up like almost getting myself in the wrong situation because I was like talking to this guy and like apparently he was like selling drugs for this other guy, and as soon as I got him on camera, like I almost got in trouble. So like yeah, it was not like a very publicizable adventure, but I've had some interesting experiences recently. Especially because I just moved to a new place. So just taking a walk usually leads me to somewhere new and interesting. So I'm interested to start sharing that stuff on the Discover feed. But yeah, I'm not going to randonaut in Dallas anymore because it's very kind of dangerous almost. Like there was like just like a guy just smoking meth just on the side of the median of the road. Like it's just not good.
Yeah.
Be
safe when you're out there randonauting, guys.
Seriously, like
make sure you're comfortable. Even though the areas that you go to are random and stuff like that, make sure your starting point is in a spot that you feel safe within a certain radius.
And just because a random point was generated there does not mean you have to go there.
No.
You can decide not to go there. And
follow
if
your
you
gut.
have a bad feeling about it, then don't go. But yeah, I do randonaut, and I posted some of my most recent finds on my Twitter. So you can find my Twitter. It's Quantum Comrade. I just found like a dinosaur, and my intent was blood because I wanted to like see what happened because people will get so up in arms about it. And it took me actually to a health clinic where they teach people how to draw blood. So
wow,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Very
on
cool,
point.
Yeah.
All
right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. We got this one's from one of our regular viewers, Tyler.
I love Tyler.
Yeah, he's here every week watching.
Bless you, Tyler, and your family.
Yeah, from the UK.
Shout out to Tyler.
Yeah, so let's take a look. Now this is a much longer video. David cut it down quite a bit, so I encourage you to go watch the full thing.
Really long videos, but they are actually pretty interesting if you watch all of them. So I definitely recommend subscribing to his channel and if you like Randonautica content.
For sure. So let's go ahead and check out one of the cut down ones here. He's out with his daughter on this one.
We're going to use the same intent that we just did, which was excitement. We'll give this one a shot.
That's a pretty good one. I should try that one. I don't think I've ever tried that one.
That's a good neutral. Excitement can be so many different things.
Yeah.
Radius ain't too big. Power's okay. Z score's good. Where are we? 26 minutes. Alright guys, as always, we will see you there.
Generally, we're looking
guys,
for
we're now
Z-scores over
location,
5.
And we're just trying to find the path. Over this side.
If you're wondering.
Whose idea was this? One of your bad ideas, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go randonauting. Let's go climb some hills.
Let's go, Rando.
We're not walking up.
Come on, you got to get to the top.
I love Tyler. He
this the way, or
invented
is
that
this the way?
slang. I've
This is
never
the
heard anyone else say "Let's go, Rando."
Look at that.
I say it all
That's
the
a
time
beautiful.
now. That is gorgeous.
That's gorgeous.
Just the English countryside.
Yeah.
I mean, what is more exciting than nature and the
Yeah.
beauty and majesty of nature?
Exactly like this. That's how I feel like right now.
And you can just hear the songbirds.
Got a nice little path they're following here.
Yeah.
Ruby! Quick, come and see this.
It is interesting. Sometimes it'll lead you to a path, and you'll just feel like you're being
Quick.
pulled towards like whatever is at the end of that path.
Got you in here. Look. Seriously.
Oh my god, no.
What is it?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this today, Dad.
She's getting despair meme.
What?
Yeah.
She's getting
It's
scared.
not my fault I find shit.
It's a shame.
And?
Let's go, Rando.
There you go. Wow, we did it. Let's go back.
Oh, they thought. Okay, there's a little.
This is where you gotta push through. Is when the despair meme is telling you not to go. You gotta push through that. It's just a survival response.
Delilah's house.
Oh.
Delilah's house.
Don't open it. Don't open
This is my favorite kind of randonaut find.
Yeah.
it. Oh, Dad,
Like,
don't
what's-
open it. No, don't open it, Dad. No, that's not funny, Dad. No, can we get out,
All right,
please?
Ruby, I'm joking.
No, Dad, we're going now.
You can tell
No.
she's like freaked
Why
out.
am I be in there? With you?
Do you want to wait here?
No,
Please let
I'm
me go and
going
have a look.
back. I'm going
Delilah's
back.
house.
Go and
That's
have a look.
really
No.
cool. They just randomly found that in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruby, man.
I love
You
that
kill
he's
me.
laughing at this stuff.
I'm not going to leave you out here. You got to come with me.
I don't want to find a doll, Dad.
It's a Wendy house.
What's a when?
Like a toy house.
Yeah, but why is it in the middle of the woods?
I don't. That's why I want to go and have a look.
Yeah.
Please.
Definitely
Like
out of
those are my
place.
favorite kind of finds. It's just something
Yeah, I know, but I will
weird
look
and
after you.
unexplainable
I
in
promise.
the woods.
Yeah.
Don't. What if we open it and we find a dead body though, Dad?
Well, then we phone the police.
But I don't want to look at that.
Well, let me look.
Yeah, but I don't want to be there.
Why not?
Because I might get cursed.
Don't be stupid. Come on.
Might get cursed. Don't worry.
Too many horror
about
stories.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. What's a curse? Who cares?
Full
doing this today.
ahead of just
I'm not mentally
YouTube.
Are you not?
Yeah.
prepared. No.
Remember, there's nothing
BS.
to be scared of. Yeah, it's just a Wendy house in the middle of the woods.
So Wendy house is that like a British term for like a dollhouse?
It
or kid
must
house
be.
or something
Tyler,
like
can
that?
you tell us? Like, is that a British term for like a little like kid's house somewhere?
I swear to God.
DeQuinto says I'm not mentally prepared.
Delilah.
Now that is a find. Are you not excited?
I mean, there's a
fucking
window you
so
can
excited.
see inside.
Yeah. Tyler says yes,
Look for
a
the
Wendy
window.
house is like a kid. Thanks, Tyler.
What? What? I'm looking through the window.
Yeah, but the fact that she is afraid that he's gonna find a dead body in there is like
Yeah.
so funny because the
What's he
probability
saying?
of finding a dead body we've proven is extremely low. Like millions
There's a
of people have gone
ballerina
on
in there.
trips.
Oh
and
wow.
only one dead body has been found by us.
It could be cursed.
It's not.
Could be
It could be
No, it's
cursed.
been a squirrel in here. Squirrel's been living
She's
in
despair me means
Maybe
so
something
hard, the
spiders
poor
do.
thing.
Yes, no.
here. I mean, there is some
Tyler in the
spiders
case of the cursed ballerina.
Well, guys, I'm well excited. And we got some.
Yes, he definitely
Well,
found
wherever
something
you are,
there.
Delilah, I do like your house. I'll lock that back up because
He just released the spirit of Delilah out into that village that they're on.
Take nothing.
Yeah.
She's been trapped there for decades. Now she's out to terrorize the town.
The whole thing is like she's afraid of this anomaly, whereas he is getting like
Well, Randonautica,
a
definitely-
dopamine
you
response
topped it this
because of
time.
the novelty.
For
So
sure.
the whole thing is like exactly she's terrified because she's scanning for anomalies as threats, but he's scanning for anomalies as novelty and something to be explored. This is a very
Rando.
interesting and important concept.
It's when it finds shit like that, it's like, how the fuck, man?
Yeah, Tyler, good old Tyler.
In the middle of the woods.
It's cool shot of their shadows.
Like, why would you put so much detail into such a thing and then just leave it in the middle of the woods just to rest there? Maybe one of these just put it there. But I don't
Yeah,
think
both
all
types
the
of
way up this hill.
excitement. That's
All
so
the way
true
just
because
put it
that's
there.
what I was thinking when he said it at first. Is like
So, I don't know. And
it
there's
could
no
be
near there's like
bad
no
or
houses
good.
near
Like
there.
yeah, so it's interesting the
why would they- why is
duality
that
we have there.
That's
It's so
what
cute that he goes randonauting with his daughter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my favorite kind of
My legs
find.
are
It's just
up.
something weird in the woods that you
Means it
can't
was
really
worth it.
explain. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously somebody just built somebody a little windy house, like probably their daughter. And I bet their daughter was not afraid at all of it and was very excited about that house. Just think about that. Like if you were a kid and your parents built you that, you would be very excited, right?
Yeah.
You'd be super excited. So like even just that kid's intent of excitement once their parents bought them that kind of like is like a marker in the kind of like, you know, realm of ideas. Like let's just say like everything that's ever existed and ever happened is like filed together. Like that little house would be filed under excitement
For sure.
because the kid was excited. So
Yeah.
he like kind of used that incantation of excitement to bring him to a place where there was past emotional resonance about excitement. So that's really interesting, and it gives you a hint about how to use Randonautica well.
Yeah. Very cool find. I love the dynamic of them too. He was like, she's very like, no, I don't want to. He's like very go-getter and stuff like that. And like, she was never like, not to the point, like, because they were never in any real danger or anything like that. So
No,
it gets to that point, it's a little weird. But like, I love her excuses and like the things she says, like,
It's
Dad,
so
it's closed for a
typical
reason.
despair meme.
She's so worried about like the curse and things like that. It's closed for a reason. Why would it be here? And like, and then the doll inside, she's like, don't touch it. It could be cursed. Like, I don't know. I just love that. And him just kind of like, oh no, it's fine. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was really cool trip.
He's
Rouge is the best.
protected,
Yeah, I'm sure she
man.
is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a lot of the time people will try and curse you by convincing you that you've been cursed. So if you think you're cursed, you are. So basically, like, just don't do that. Like, just be strong in your spirit and, you know.
Yeah. Well, great job, Tyler. We appreciate it. It's a great trip.
Thank
Seems
you,
like a
Tyler.
fun
I
time.
really liked that one. It really
Yeah.
demonstrated like the two kinds of randonauting is like the despair meme, like, oh my God, I'm gonna find a dead body, which is like extremely unlikely, as we've proven. Like Pokemon Go's found like 7 or 8. We've found 1, so we're doing pretty good compared to Pokemon Go. Nobody thinks Pokemon Go is crazy or scary or cursed or anything like that. It's just like when you delve into randomness, it's unpredictable. You're going to find both bad and good things eventually. Like otherwise, it wouldn't be random.
Exactly. Okay, so this next video here, this one takes a little explaining here, so I'm gonna have to read this. This was sent to us at randonautica.com/submityourtrip. So I'm gonna read this little excerpt here. The intent was something that reminds me of my grandma. She passed in 2017. We were very close, and I miss her so much. The actual rando point was behind a locked gate on private property. So I turned around and was about to generate a new point when I noticed a deer crossing the road right in front of me, followed by her baby.
Deer are the number 2 most synchronous animals. So then like owls are like
After
number
owl?
1, and then deer are number 2. So,
Gotcha. Okay, so there's the photo.
So there we go. There's deer. That's a very good sign.
So she sees the deer followed by her baby. As I'm waiting for them to cross safely, I notice an abandoned house. Now, I drive that road all the time. This is the first time I've ever seen this old house. So when I get some video of it, then turn down a little side street into a subdivision I've never noticed, I see a total of 10 deer in various places along the road here, all of them female with babies. So I'm kind of a bit overwhelmed because my grandma and I used to enjoy watching deer and their fawns walk through her front yard to eat apples off of her tree. She loved it when they had twins. I came across at least 3 sets of twins this morning. I figured that was it and was heading back home, thinking to myself, next time I'm going to have to use herd of elk as my intent since they're harder to find than deer. So as I'm thinking about finding elk, I'm driving by the Olympic National Park Visitor Center. This video is recorded from that point on.
No way.
What the fuck is this?
No way.
I thought that. What am I looking at right now?
Those are elk.
That's crazy.
So she changed her intent.
Mm-hmm.
So oh my God.
Let's just take a little quick drive through here. What in the
She changed her intent. She time traveled. Her intent went back in time.
Wow. I gotta see what it is.
It's pretty crazy, right? And she specifically says herd of elk, and then you got this sign here, don't herd yourself.
That's just incredible. Like, yeah, she said her intent for her grandma, or was that? Yeah, something reminded of her grandma, and she got reminded of her grandma through the deer.
Found the deer.
What is this?
And then she decided to up the difficulty.
She's
by
like, deer's too common, that's too much. I'll have to do a herd of elk next time. And then,
but think about it, when she was setting her intent and generating the point, she wasn't thinking about elk.
Mm-hmm.
But then she changed her intent to elk, and it affected the generation of that point. I mean, it ended up sending her into an area with elk. I mean, that is just
that's crazy, right?
Incredible.
Yeah,
and it's like could possibly be evidence of intention being able to go throughout time and space. So like that's one thing I really wanted to talk to you about to you guys is like intention is not just like for the right now. You can set an intention for the future and even the past. And this is like something we're going to be doing an actual academic study on, but you can influence the future as long as you believe you can influence the future. If you believe you cannot influence the future, you live in a reality where you cannot influence the future. So once these things start opening up to you, you can kind of like start to influence the future. It's actually crazy, but like it's like people like get messages from their future selves and stuff, like use intuition. Yeah, so that was really like to a high degree strange. And
Randall Girl says that is just nuts. This app never fails to entertain.
Yeah, it's like an unlimited performing art, you know, like kind of.
Because I think like even just if your intention, even if it wasn't elk, if it was something else, and you came across this particular art, like this art site here, with all these like elk sculpture. That would be cool. Like, oh wow, that was like, oh my my intention was surprised, and I came here, I'm like, oh wow, this is very surprising. Like it's such a weird thing in itself or whatever, and then for it to be so precise with elk was it's just crazy.
Yeah, the fact that she by name was like, I'm gonna try elk because that's harder, and Randonautica was just like, okay, I got you.
Yeah, very cool. So that was submitted.
She already was sent somewhere where she was going to see elk. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
like that's so crazy. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a lot of stuff that includes time, like one function that I'll let you guys in on. It's like a really secret, really quick. Is like we're going to be doing this thing where you generate the randomness in the past and set your intent, and then use that randomness like today that you generated the randomness like last Tuesday, and then you use it today. And if you can see if the intent carries over.
Yeah.
So that's just like something interesting we're going to be doing in the future once we open the lab section. So yeah, like the rules of time are very, I think we're going to learn a lot about time in the coming years. I mean, all our media, there's a lot of stuff about time right now. So I think we're going through a growing phase in humanity about our knowledge of time and how it works. Because
All says the intent is quantic. The intent is quantic. It is in time, not traveling through it. And funny you should comment that, because he is actually the next video here for number 5.
Okay.
From is it All in I? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name there. For your next for Watch with Josh number 5. He's the next video here. Now this is a much longer video. This the original one is about 26 minutes, something like that or whatever. But our producer David had went ahead and cut it down. So he has a lot of interesting thoughts and opinions and things like that. So we'll go ahead and watch this. Yeah, and like we definitely recommend watching the full video later on, checking it out and hearing the full thing. For this video he worked on.
I love everybody's pet theories. I love hearing everybody's pet theories.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll watch this, and I'll get your opinion on it, Josh.
Randonautica. Like a lot of people, I discovered it through scary YouTube ghost channels. It popped up in a very lonely period of my life, and a lot of videos were saying not to play this game, so as soon as I installed it, I gave it a shot. This was now over 4 months ago, and since, I almost haven't skipped a day.
Amazing.
Woo, goes the owl. Went to friends on several Randonautica adventures. Cruising on our bicycles in the south of France. Discovering and rediscovering our surroundings.
Amazing.
The hoo-hoo of the owl, ever reminding us of the Rolling Stones song, Sympathy for the Devil.
Oh, and there's a drum there. That's interesting.
To enjoy the seaside and play rando. On our second trip, we had no plan. It's like we knew life would just happen. Arcachon is on the west coast of France. It's quite big. There's a lot of beaches. Of all of them, after biking a bit, we stumbled upon a little beach. The entrance of that little beach looked more like a glorified garage exit with sand, but it appealed to us.
So they're using their intuition.
Before we went swimming,
what's over there?
We looked at the coast. There were flags all along it. France, Spain, Italy, Portugal. But the one little beach we stumbled upon had the Rolling Stones flag.
That's great.
For no apparent reason. We were flabbergasted. The Rolling Stones are not a country. That logo being on the flag made no sense. Later on, we're speaking to that cool couple on that same beach. We were laughing with them a bit. Their dog was funny. There was a connection being made, and it was all cool.
See, this is beautiful. That never would have happened without Randonautica.
We started chatting. We told him about Randonautica, the owl, the flag, the Rolling Stones, and how it was all connected. He laughed. He told us about him. He's in fact a well-known illustrator and sculptor.
Oh, wow.
His name is Leste. He pulled out his book to show us. Flipped through the pages until he showed us this illustration. He did himself.
Knew it.
The Rolling Stones logo. Our minds are growing, but are not quite yet ready to fully understand Randonautica's true nature. Let's now talk about the laws of attraction.
Yeah, and he's serious.
One
Like,
could
even
resume
the
it as
top
being,
scientists
you
have no
attract
working
what you
theory
focus
on
on,
how mind
whether
matter
you know it
interaction
or
works.
not.
Mm.
In order for such laws to exist, they must be operating all the time. We feel their effects when the attracted thing becomes visible to us. But for it to appear to us, for that thing to have made it all the way to us, it means the laws were in effect all along.
Yeah, I love that
on a quantic
one.
level. Remember, quantic is not limited by the flow of time. If you ask Freeman Fly what the universe is, he would answer, it's you. We create existence as we go along. So maybe instead of intending, we are manifesting, creating. Right. This totally changes the approach of randonauting.
Right.
If the intent sends a ripple that causes a chain of events leading up to that point, then you are the cause.
It's true. That's it.
Are the creator.
You,
One
the
could
observer.
think you find nothing sometimes, but remember, there are no mistakes, just cogs and wheels.
Yeah.
Maybe you being in that spot in that very moment is part of a chain of actions and reactions like a quantic butterfly effect. Knowing that, my heart breaks a little every time I hear someone intend death.
Yeah, me too,
intend
man.
Mayhem, nightmare, worst fear, destruction, desolation, hate. Knowing we create, why not manifest love?
I agree.
Happiness.
I agree.
Finding
and
a
I
lost
think
one.
we're finally moving towards that.
Reconciliation. Peace.
And this is totally possible.
It's all up to you.
Totally possible.
Yeah.
It's all up to us. Thank you.
It really is.
Cool video.
Like,
what are your thoughts on that, Josh?
Proven that if you use bad intent, you'll find what you're looking for. So I totally agree with him, but it takes, maturity. And some people have to go through some process of kind of figuring out like what they want out of life, or, what they think is good or bad. Not everybody reads philosophy and metaphysics and stuff. So not everybody's up to speed on that kind of stuff. So they may not understand how intent is so important. But once you understand that, it's everything. And like this opportunity we have as like a group of like, we have enough people to make up a small country. And each one of the randonauts who actually pays attention is worth like 10,000 TV watchers' consciousness. So yeah, we are scientifically like raising the vibes of this planet, and we're creating new connections. And that was a great video. I loved it. The law of attraction, that kind of stuff. It's either you experience it or you don't.
And it's like I said, it's a little excerpt from a much longer video. So if you guys have the time, you can go and watch that and get like a bigger, better understanding of it.
He's got a lot of good ways of saying like what he's meaning. So Adam Kingsley says, it takes a lot of wisdom to understand an intent. Could take literal decades. Yeah, that's what the owl is representing, is wisdom, because you're going out and you're seeing in the dark at these new places and you're gaining wisdom out of it. So
and that was submitted to us, I believe, on our randonautica.com/submit your trip. So
I'm gonna have to listen to Sympathy for the Devil.
I did that earlier, because I knew this one was coming up, and we were talking about it earlier, and like that hoo hoo, and like if you just listen to it, it starts coming in around like I think like a little bit before like 2 minutes into the song or whatever. Like there's little backing vocals that come like hoo hoo,
yeah,
hoo hoo. Yeah, it's very. I was very familiar with the song when it came out. I was like, oh, I have to re-listen to that before we do the show, whatever.
But yeah, he's totally right. It is that namaste, like, you know, God meeting himself kind of thing. Like, it's like that's kind of what he's talking about in that.
Kiri says the trickle of connections through time reminds me of doing shrooms. I have a theory about randonauting bringing the subconscious mind to the conscious state.
Yeah, Randonautica has nothing to do with drugs, but it can do things that drugs also can do. So like psychedelics are mind manifesting. And I would say Randonautica is mind manifesting. I mean, it's like going to give you inspiration and, you know, like serendipitous experiences. It's also boundary breaking. You break through boundaries. So you'll know things that you never would have before. And it breaks those boundaries down. And it's like, I would suggest not doing psychedelics or any kind of drugs and to instead go randonauting.
The safer alternative to shrooms.
Yeah, because drugs are so material and illegal, but they're working on, you know, making them legal for medical purposes. But either way, you don't need drugs. You need a real life experience that you can bring back wisdom. So like at the end of the night, after you've done a bunch of drugs, you're not going to have that. But after randonauting, you're going to come back with concrete knowledge of your environment, new, you know, finds, novelty. And then once you get on the Discover feed and see what other people find, you can see like, you know, that going on across the world. And eventually it's going to build into like this global mythos. And we're going to like find how our cultures are more connected, I think, than we think.
Alan says, wow, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. We appreciated the video, man.
Alan, cool. That was very appreciative. I'm going to make sure to watch the whole thing. You got it totally on point. And I love that Rolling Stones song. It always gets me when I listen to it. Like, it's very clever and like kind of trickstery. I always tune into that.
Very cool. So I think it's time. That's it for the videos. It's time for Reddit Roundup.
Reddit Roundup.
So we're gonna head over to Reddit and we're gonna check out some Redditors, some Reddit stuff.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out our subreddit, I would suggest you do, because like all these people talking about like the creepy stuff, like it's really not on Reddit. Reddit is more like, I found a butterfly or a rainbow or something. Like
it's very positive. It's very
yeah. Cool. Thank you for using the Discover feed. Yeah, we worked really hard on it. Shout out to Tobias, Ziad, Taha, Usman, Carrie, Emily, everyone on our team, Auburn. This has been a crazy crunch time, but it's really paying off. And like we are doing things that like are actually like surpassing like Instagram and Facebook in their design, and like we're gonna actually blow y'all's minds. So
Raquel says I'll have to try it.
Yeah, that's
Raquel,
a good
points
idea.
for the good pun. I appreciate a good pun.
idea.
Well, good pun, bad pun. They're the same thing. Quinto says this app could be the biggest thing that could save our human race and climate change for our future. Who knows? Who knows the possibilities of all this stuff? But yeah, let's get into Reddit.
Yeah,
check it out.
Wrangle some Redditors.
Yeah, here we go. This is the first one. The intention was direction, and they come across a bus that says "lost" on it. You can see that there. There it is.
Bus that says "lost." Now that is just bizarre.
Yeah,
these are my favorite kind. The ones that just make you kind of scratch your head, like
for sure.
Like that's why. Is that
Randonautica sense of humor again too?
Yeah, Randonautica definitely has a sense of humor.
Yeah. Auburn says Discover in the Randonautica app is Reddit on steroids. So many incredible stories on there, and it's only in beta. Make sure you check it out.
Yeah, it's just now starting. So please sign up for our beta to try it out.
There's the Discover feed there.
It's super exciting that we're gonna like be able to actually like put some of these trip reports to the physical location, and like you'll see they're genuine. Like,
very cool.
You know, you'll be able to tell, instead of just a free for all on YouTube where you can just make whatever you want and say it's true.
Exactly. All right, here's our next one here. The intention was something sentimental. Literally took me across the street, and I hadn't even noticed this yet. And the sign there says, every cross represents a person who has died from drug/alcohol abuse.
Wow. They hadn't noticed it. So it was literally across the street.
Yeah.
You hadn't noticed it.
Yeah.
So isn't that amazing? Like,
yeah,
you can be somewhere and live somewhere where across the street is something that you don't notice. It just shows just like how like much we miss because we're paying attention to other things, and Randonautica kind of puts you in the present and just allows you to, wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah.
And it allows you to kind of like look at the world in a different way because you're looking. And if you pay attention and you seek, you're sure to find. So be careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, this reminds me of like the other one where the lady was, her intent was about her grandma, and there's something there with Randonautica and dealing with grief. So many people have mentioned to me about either going to places of past trauma where trauma took place, and they were kind of felt like relieved or healed because they went back to that place totally disconnected from the causal events that made it traumatic for them.
Yeah.
So like, you know, going to their grandma's hospital where she died, like if they would have passed it before, they would have felt bad. But since they went for like absolutely the only reason was just randomness, it kind of helped them like deal with grief.
Right.
And someday I would like to actually do an academic, like a real academic study about grief and novel locations.
Yeah. Next one here says, the intention was I needed Randonautica's help to find a sunny place with distinct/straight edges for a shadowy area, and I found a sun collector farm. Unfucking believable. That's pretty distinct straight edges and shadow areas right there. Pretty cool spot.
So they found a farm.
It's a sun collector farm, so those are all like solar panels and stuff like that. It's like a spot specifically for that. And their intention was distinct straight edges and for a shadow area.
That's exactly
pretty hard shadow edges there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's pretty interesting.
Cool.
Sun collector
Speaking of
farm. That's a good omen, I think. I like seeing sustainable energy. That's good.
Speaking of the sun, the next one here, the first time randonauting intention was to get a positive sign from the universe. And you got this little sun guy here and this little Buzz Lightyear down there. A couple other stuff too. I can't tell what that is.
That's a super
positive
Woody sign.
Yeah.
Woody and Buzz.
That were probably like
positive.
Yeah, and they probably were doing something until that guy showed up and they had to go back to being a toy again. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the sun with the face on it. It's so it represents the solar.
Yeah. Our producer David points out you got a friend in me from the Toy Story thing. That's very positive, right?
Yeah, it's extremely positive. I mean, how many people have like nostalgic positive memories about Buzz Lightyear and Woody or whatever his name was? Like, like it's not just that one person, but like the whole conscious field is influenced by millions of people who grew up watching that movie.
Friends Bowls haha to infinity and beyond. That's Randonautica for sure. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Next one here. Intention was dancing. Said for a week on our anniversary, we'll go to this area, and we haven't been, and take a picnic down there today. It was raining, so we randonauted instead. The pin took us here to what we called Swan Lake. So their intention was dancing, and it took them to Swan Lake, the famous ballet.
I love this.
Very cool.
Swan Lake. Yeah, that's very interesting. And there's a swan on their anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so cool that that's what they did on their anniversary.
Yeah, and it was like a change of plan too, because they were gonna go to do a picnic or whatever, but it was raining, so they decided, we're gonna go randonauting instead.
Yeah.
And then then they got their little intention there.
Yeah.
Oh, random thoughts of the day says, I love this group. Oh, very sweet.
That's like so beautiful, and like, yeah, like that's totally better for an anniversary than like I mean, I guess a picnic would have been fine down there, but like wherever they're planning, they were planning on probably going to some park or something. But yeah, that just, it's so wild and like it's cool. So what's this? Intention fun for my kid. Sent to a pop-up surprise toy shop run by a kid. I would say that is intention fulfilled.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what she's got in there. They're like, $1 each. Oh, look at they spell dollar. DOLER. $1 each. And that's cool. And they that's really cool. I'm curious what was in there.
It seems like we've had some pretty successful finds this week, or
for sure.
Last 2 weeks.
That's gonna wrap it up for Reddit Roundup.
That was,
I think pretty successful.
Really good. Well, I just want to thank everybody who joins us. We're still kind of moving around the times and trying to find the best time where we can get the most viewers and what works best from everybody.
Yeah, it looks like Alan and I, who we watched a video of earlier, says, thank you, Rando team. Thank you so much. It took me over a month to write the 18 pages, record it, and edit it all.
Yeah, that's some serious work. Thank you, because
it's a lot of work that goes in that kind of stuff.
Your analysis was like spot on for me, and like we're going through this growth stage where like we did the viral moment, and then now people are like we're coming out of the closet to show that we're like a good company that, you know, does good things for people and pays our employees, and we're going to continue doing that and more. So I'm super excited about this discovery feed. It's like we created like something that even we don't understand what's possible on. So that's really cool. Like, so yeah, lots of positive vids. I enjoy the positive ones. Eventually the Blair Witch cliche has gotta run out of steam.
Like, like it's only entertaining for a little bit there. But positive and feel good stuff is always going to be around. It's always going to be,
and it's going to be crazy.
That's what we should be heading towards.
Yeah, it's even crazier than that. It's just, you know.
Tiffany says, every time I watch this, it makes me want to drop what I'm doing and head right out randonauting. Oh, please do. Go out and randonaut, record your trip, take some pictures, do some slideshows, whatever you want to do. Whatever you do, those make sure you share it with us on randonautica.com/submit-your-trip.
Submit your trip, and follow the movement on social media as well. Because
follow up on Reddit, get us on Facebook, on Twitter. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, what's the matter? Subscribe to it, like the video, share it with friends.
Please subscribe to this channel. So because we're switching around the time a lot, so you want to make sure to get a notification when you
because we try to stay kind of similar, but like this week today was different from like the last few weeks we've done it and stuff. So just to make sure you stay on top of it, it's submitted, and then also click that little notification bell in the corner. This way you'll actually get alerts when we go live or before we go live and stuff like that. If you're just subscribed, you won't get those notifications if you're not clicking that little bell. So make sure you're subscribed, click the bell, click like, comment below, tell your friends, tell your family, do all that stuff. Help us out, please.
Yeah. Please do.
Melinda Lee Bolee says, I always wanted to love the idea of Randonautica, but I still see too much propaganda and pre-planned setups in the attempts. I would love to see a no biased attempt.
So what our team is doing is they figured out a way to actually go live stream randonauting. So it's like randonauting with no edits, nothing, just
live,
pure randonauting, just live. and it took them a while to figure out how to do that. But yeah, we've been seeing some interesting stuff. So yeah, if you want to watch that's available now. Viewers can interact with the Randonauts as it goes. You guys have an episode next Wednesday. There's so many pre-planned attempts and all that. It is kind of difficult, but if you join the Telegram group, there's more people who are have been doing it since the beginning, and you can get some pretty crazy stories out of a lot of people.
Yeah, we got three of those live videos so far that from past ones that are still up on the YouTube channel, so you can go there and watch that. But definitely recommend subscribing to that and watching, and then tuning in for those the Randonautica live stuff, because then you can actually interact with whoever's going out. Like it's been Auburn and Lauren these last few different times, it's on the same channel. And then you can actually, while you're watching live, you can comment live during their trip and stuff like that, and kind of help and
join in and put your intention in there.
Set your own intention, kind of channel your energy with it, and kind of help sway everything, and then have some really cool finds, and you get to see it live, and that it's true and it's not something that's been fabricated or anything like that. Lily Barlow says, I found the group back in the Telegram days, and it's really fulfilled my life.
That just makes my day right there. So I can go on the rest of my day happy and satisfied with my creation. I mean, that is why I did what I did. Randonauts. It's to change people's perspective on the world. So pat myself on the back, but really it's the community that made this all possible. And so we thank you guys, and we're happy to be of service, and proud to be of service. And so, if you guys
Josh, I say another successful episode, right?
Huh?
Another successful episode.
Yeah, I would say so, man. This is it was just my birthday a couple of days ago. So this is
happy belated
birthday episode. So I'm super, super excited. I can't wait to continue doing this with you, Derek.
Absolutely.
You're a great little buddy.
Of course, man. Our next episode is next Friday, August 20th. Make sure you're subscribed and notified for all that. 1 p.m. Eastern time, depending on where you're at. It's 1 p.m. Eastern time. Friday next the 20th and stuff. We hope to see you guys here and commenting on. Make sure you check out that Randonautica live. So make sure you're subscribed now. Check out the Randonautica live, and be interactive with that. And
you guys, everybody thanking us for bringing Randonautica to you. You're welcome. I don't think that I had much control over the process. I think I was kind of just introduced to this concept of sending people to random places, and people wanted to keep it a secret, and I just knew it was not to be hidden. It was time for it to come out to the public. So
for sure.
And as soon as I put it out to the public, it just has gone crazy. So it's not by my hand. I'm just a messenger. That's why I'm just the quantum comrade, not quantum guru or whatever. But thank you for joining us. We'll hope you'll join us next time. Please, buy the official guide to Randonautica. Go to our merch store. Help us out. There's only a few more pins. So we're going to do another pin run pretty soon, I think. And I think we'll probably do a sticker pack pretty soon. But the pins are running out. And so, if anyone is looking forward to getting a pin and it's just waiting, you probably want to do that as soon as possible, because those are running out. But and if you have any merch suggestions of what you want to see, just let us know, because we can put something up. And we also have a Randonauts Teespring, which is it's teespring.com/randonauts, I'm pretty sure. So
cool.
All right, Derek.
Josh, I'll see you next week. Thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah, I feel like so charged up and powered up just from connecting with all my peoples.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go take a walk or something.
All right. We'll see you next week, guys.
See you next week.